and welcome to WHOH TV broadcast of Hastings High School basketball. I'm Keith Fagan, and along with that smiling, charming person, Charles Berger, we'll have all the action here at Tuckahoe High School in Tuckahoe, New York, as your Hastings Yellow Jackets get set to take on the Tuckahoe Tigers. Well, Charlie, Tuckahoe comes into today's ball game at 13-3, ranked number 7 or number 6 in New York State by the New York State Sports Writers Association of New York in Class C. Their 3 losses so far this year. One has been to Hastings. The other has been to New Rochelle, a very good New Rochelle team. Their 3rd loss on the year came just the last game they played on Tuesday against Scarsdale High School. So Tuckahoe's only loss in Class C play all year long has been to these Hastings Yellow Jackets. Hastings, as you know, came in at 15-0, ranked number 1 in the state, Class C, by that same New York State Sports Writers Association poll. And basically, under Coach Ward's tutelage, the Hastings Yellow Jackets have fired on all cylinders all year long. They're going to face a Tuckahoe team tonight that scores a little bit more per game than Hastings does. We'll go into that a little bit later. But they give up a lot more points than Hastings does. So why don't you do me a favor and break down the statistics for today's game.
Well, Hastings, Keith, comes into to the game averaging 67.8 points per game. Tuckahoe averages a little more, as you mentioned, 74.5. And Tuckahoe, very impressive. They're a 4th quarter team. In the 4th quarter is where they've averaged the most points. They scored 22.9 points per game in the 4th quarter. Hastings is only 15.4. So if it's close heading down to the wire, look for that to go into play. That's a huge difference between the two teams. It's also the difference in the points they score per game. That might be because Hastings towards the end of the game has a huge lead, so they tend to kind of mellow out, take their time with the ball. But tonight, look for an awesome matchup.
Well, exactly, Charlie. That's the point that I was trying to make earlier. See, that's a key. It's a very misleading statistic that Tuckahoe averages 7 points per game more than Hastings. Because if you look at the breakdown by quarter, they also average 7 points more per game in the 4th quarter. So what that tells to me, teams being 13-3 and 15-0, they're obviously very good teams. To me, it means Coach Ward takes his first team out earlier than Coach Kirkland does at Tuckahoe. So maybe that's why Tuckahoe scores a little bit more in the 4th quarter. Their starters in longer. Maybe they're in closer ball games. They need their starters in. So it's basically a wash if you ask me. They're both averaging the same points per game. But yet, Hastings in the, I believe it was the 6th game of the year. Yeah, game 6. Hastings beat them by 18 points. It was earlier in the year. I don't think Tuckahoe had all their players. So, I'm looking for an exciting, great ball game tonight.
Keith, I know this is a Class C matchup, but just a little stat I wanted to throw out there. Mount Vernon averages 97 points per game. 97 points. That's like a full 48-minute game, that teams average in the NBA. Very impressive. But tonight it's going to be, if you want to talk about the individual matchups, you're talking George Skrelja versus Jamal Ward.
Jamal Webb.
Webb comes into the game averaging 24.9 points per game. I don't know where that is among the class, but it's very high. That's actually number 1 in the section, Webb. Skrelja comes into the game averaging 20.9 points per game. I think a big difference between the two teams is Hastings spreads the ball around a lot more. They get Hastings to do that tonight, spread it around. And for Tuckahoe to win, they're going to need a big game from Jamal Webb.
Absolutely, Charlie. I agree with that 100%. You know, Jamal Webb, 25 points a game. That's all I talked about last game about how scoring 30 in a game is almost impossible considering how much time there is. So, I mean, the guy averages 25 a game. It's pretty impressive.
George Skrelja very minorly injured his finger. He jammed it during the pregame. I spoke to him about it. He said it should not be a factor. But just throwing that out there.
No, definitely. You know, he's had a lot of injuries all year long. You know, he hurt his ankle against Hamilton. I believe that's still bothering him a little bit. So, you know, we'll have to look for that. These are all things that can come into play in a tight ball game like that. And if our sound is okay, if the cameraman can hear us, we're all set to go.
Hastings is wearing their away jerseys. Yellow stripe down the side, yellow lettering outlined in green. And Tuckahoe wearing their white home jerseys, lettered in black, outlined in orange. Tigers written across the front in print.
No name, of course.
And they do have that cute little Tuckahoe tiger on the shorts. Tip is won by Tuckahoe, and they control it. This is Brandon Murray, the 6-foot junior, over to Jamal Webb. So here's Webb, the man who averages 25 points per game. Webb drives, shot won't go. Wolf grabs the rebound.
Well, that's exactly what Hastings wants to do. They want to play that tough defense like that, get Tuckahoe swinging the ball around the perimeter, and try and play some tough defense on Webb. Segru looked like he got fouled there, no call.
He definitely got fouled. The ref wasn't in perfect position. Skrelja driving, shot won't go. Tuckahoe has possession.
Again, Hastings playing tough defense, forcing Tuckahoe to go outside once they've gotten the ball deep. That's a credit to Joe Flaherty's defense, along with Chris Skrelja.
Nice D there by Danny Blake.
Where do you want to promote? Got bumped by the Tuckahoe cheerleading advisor, so I'm not exactly sure what happened in the game. But right now, Jamal Webb is on the foul line. It's still, there's still no score in the ball game. 6:35 left.
Missed the first one.
But again, Charlie, what Hastings needs to do is keep Tuckahoe to shooting the outside shots. So far, they've done a very good job of that. Even when Tuckahoe's penetrated deep, Hastings has pushed them to the outside.
Jimmy Segru with it. Nice move. Pull-up jumper won't go. Skrelja with the rebound. Can't lay it home.
Yeah, but that was a nice job by Chris Skrelja crashing the boards there. He's got to do a lot more of that tonight.
Murray connects, and Tuckahoe leads 3-0. Nice pull-up jumper there by Brandon Murray. So Strelja with an errant pass, and Tuckahoe will have the ball.
Well, Tuckahoe, what they want to do is they want to get into a running game, get up and down the court. It's a small gym here in Tuckahoe. They want to try and beat the Hastings press, which they can't do.
Strelja with it. Nice move by George Strelja.
Yeah, that's a pretty good move. George knows Jamal Webb very well from the Gauchos Summer League team they play in. George starts and Jamal doesn't. He's his backup. So it's a little bit of redemption time for Jamal Webb.
Ronnie Strand lays in the rebound. And it's 5-2 Tigers.
That was the first time that Tuckahoe got the ball deep against the Hastings defense where they were able to convert.
George Strelja lays in a three, and we're knotted at 5.
Well, if George can get that outside jumper working early in this ball game, it's going to be a long night for the Tigers. That was a foul on Danny Blake. He picked that one up after they lost it. He got the reach-in foul. But, again, you know, Joe Flaherty, again, around the basketball. It's amazing how well he is when it comes to getting all those garbage buckets.
Yeah, you know, Joe knows what his job is on the team. His job isn't to shoot the jumpers. It's to play tough basketball. You know, he's a football player. He's used to that. His job is to play tough, grab those rebounds, and lay them in. This is George Strelja. Fake shot. Won't go.
Well, George got the Tuckahoe defenders up in the air, tried to lean in and get the foul. Couldn't get the call, however, and the basket was no good.
For three, no good. Strelja has it.
Yeah, that was an ugly shot by Webb there.
So Hastings slowing it down. Danny Blake, and here's Jimmy Segru. 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 5 apiece.
Danny Blake doing a good acting job there. Ended up getting the call for Hastings. I'm not sure if that was actually a foul on Tuckahoe or not, but that's the way the officials saw it. So that's a foul on Nat Miller.
Strelja inbounds, and here's Segru. Intercepted by the Tigers, and Miller takes it down. Foul goes against Hastings.
You know, Charlie, that was a call on number 21, Brandon Murray. They called it on him. They said that he fouled intentionally Danny Blake running down his back, trying to get on it, pushed him in the back on purpose. So they called the intentional foul. It's going to be Hastings' ball. It's going to be 2 shots for Hastings. They fouled Jimmy Segru there. So Segru will get 2 foul shots, plus Hastings will retain possession of the basketball.
So that works out really well for the Jackets. Segru can't connect on the first one. And the crowd here is pleased at Tuckahoe.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's great to get Jimmy Segru on the foul line with a free look this early in the game because he's a shooter. And what do shooters like to do? They like to shoot. So to get him in that nice rhythm, a nice clean look at the basket early in this ball game might help him later on trying to knock down those threes from the top of the key.
6-5, Hastings has the lead, 4:17 to go first quarter. And they also have the ball. Segru starts it up. Blake taking his time. Here's Chris Strelja working it around the perimeter. Nice pass. And Segru with the jumper. Got it. Exactly your point, Keith.
And there you go. Segru gets on track with the foul shots. Bang! He nails that 15-foot jump shot.
Nice little dump-off pass. And Murray starts to work it. Murray was fouled.
Good call by the official. You know, Jimmy got him on the arm. You can clearly see in that beautiful camera shot we've got up top. That was a foul on Jimmy Segru. And you clearly see as Murray was getting ready to shoot the ball, or he ended up, as he was in the air, he was going to pass the ball, but he was in the act of shooting, so that's why he gets the 2 foul shots. He clearly got hit on the arm. I mean, basically, Charlie, this is the game we thought we were going to see, an up-and-down game. Hastings trying to knock it down from the perimeter, trying to spread that zone defense of Tuckahoe out. Yet Tuckahoe was going to try and put the ball in the hands of Murray and Webb, their 2 leading scorers.
Skrelja grabs the rebound.
Webb did a nice job there of using his strength.
George couldn't connect.
Yeah, but that's a good job by George Skrelja there, trying to get the big guy for Tuckahoe Webb down low, creating a mismatch, getting a foul on Webb. You know, and that's his first foul of the game.
Well, if George Skrelja has one weakness, it's foul shooting. Can't connect there.
Yeah, George only hit 28 foul shots all year long, so that's definitely a problem for him.
So the 6'5" senior gets set. Can't connect on either one, but Hastings grabs the rebound. Nice job by Chris Skrelja.
Yeah, that was a nice fight by the scrappy sophomore. He came up and gave Hastings a new 35.
Great job by Segru getting open, and he puts it in. 10-5 Hastings.
There's the trap that Hastings wants. They got it. They forced Tuckahoe to call a timeout there. Heads up by the coach. He was right in the referee's ears, so Coach Kirkland yelled for a 30-second timeout. He got it. They retained possession. But an excellent job by Coach Ward's team, the Yellow Jackets, of forcing the Tuckahoe Tigers into a corner, right into the trap that they want to set.
Yeah, you could hear Ward yelling from here, attack the ball. That's what they did there.
Charlie, the first game of the year, Coach Ward had 2 different presses that he put on the Tuckahoe Tigers. He's such a dynamic coach that he knew the second time around in the smaller Tuckahoe gym that Tuckahoe would be prepared for those 2 presses. So what did he work on all last week when he had 4 free days to practice? Put in 2 new presses. So Tuckahoe was seeing 2 completely new defenses that they didn't expect they were going to see, nor did they anticipate they could possibly see, because Hastings hasn't used them all year long.
Sounds like Coach Vaccaro in football. I remember preparing, for the game and showing new things. This is a huge matchup. Tuckahoe is ranked 6th in the state. Hastings number 1. And obviously they've done an excellent job and a comprehensive job preparing.
Yeah, definitely. And you could easily say this is for the league championship, because Tuckahoe has 1 loss in the league. That's to Hastings. If they can turn around and beat Hastings, they're tied. It'll come down to a tiebreaker. I'm not sure what that is, but it might be points per game. And we know Tuckahoe leads Hastings in that category.
Well, foul goes against Tuckahoe. That's Ronnie Strand.
So, again, Hastings doing a very nice job working the ball around the perimeter, trying to get something started from the outside in.
Hastings leading 10-7, 2:50 remaining. This is Danny Blake. Chris Skrelja. Nice pass, Segru. Rebound, Skrelja, and he lays it in.
And that might have been a foul by Jamal Webb over the back, but there was no call there. And a nice job of quick hands by Segru, stealing that pass out from midair.
Well, traveling against Murray, and once again, Chris Ward's press works. George Skrelja already has 7 points and 2 rebounds, and he's so dangerous under the basket.
Yeah, I believe the elder Mr. Skrelja came to play in today's game.
Here's Chris Skrelja, lost the ball. Now he gets it back, and it's going to be a jump ball. Well, Hastings had the possession arrow, so they'll retain possession.
So it'll be Hastings basketball. They'll inbound. And I tell you, look for an inbounds play where George Skrelja turns and pins to the inside and tries to get an easy layup out of this.
Here's Segru driving. It's going to be an up and down.
Yeah, that was a nice job defensively by Tuckahoe. They did not allow the penetration by Segru. Once he did try and get to the inside, they had 2 defenders right there. One of them stepped up, made a nice block.
So Murray being pressured gets the ball away. Down low, and it's in.
Yeah, again, though, that was a nice job by Hastings defensively, getting that trap set, really doing a good job, not allowing Tuckahoe an easy entry pass. They just made a nice play.
Segru to Skrelja. And here's Danny Blake. Skrelja for three, no good. Tuckahoe grabs the rebound. Miller. Foul.
Yeah, he was fouled on the play by Segru, but by Chris Skrelja, I mean. And, you know, I don't understand what Tuckahoe is trying to do. I'm a little baffled on what their game plan here is. I understand midway through the year they try and went to a more passing offense, not keying so much with Jamal Webb, but he's still getting his points, averaging 25 a game, and he really hasn't had that many touches in today's ball game so far.
Yeah, Webb only has 1 point. I was about to say before, it seems like Tuckahoe's been doing a much nicer job keeping George Skrelja from touching the ball the last couple of possessions for Hastings.
You know, and I think that's key. I think whatever star player for either team gets more touches, that's who's going to win the game. So if George Skrelja can get more touches than Jamal Webb, they come out with a victory. If Webb gets more, it's going to be Tuckahoe.
Miller hits both. It's 12-11 Hastings with a $1:25 left here in the first quarter. George Skrelja with it. And here's Jimmy Segru. Hastings being very patient, working it around the perimeter. Now Segru tried to drive and lost it, and Webb comes away with it. That should be an offensive foul.
I believe both players are moving, though, and you got to call that on George. George looked like he hurt his knee on that one. So Webb will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, well, Skrelja definitely grimacing. I mean, that could be key. Hopefully he's all right.
You know, but again, Tuckahoe got the steal. They looked right away to get the ball in Webb's hands. He brought it down the floor and is able to convert on one of the two foul shots so far. But if I'm Tuckahoe, that's what I want to do. I want to spread the court, let Jamal Webb use his superior skills to try and get to the basket easier than it would be if he was posting up.
Webb hits them both. Tuckahoe takes a 13-12 lead. That's already the third lead change we've had today. Here's Skrelja. And now Segru. Hastings being very patient on offense. Does that foul go?
Charlie, you hit the nail right on the head there. Hastings showing extreme patience on offense, which is what they need to do. They need to milk the clock, try and get George Skrelja isolated in one-on-one situations where he can use his talents to the best of his abilities.
Hastings inbounds. 32 seconds to go. Shot clock has been turned off. Blake for three. No good. Hastings has the rebound. Segru's second rebound of the game as Chris Skrelja can't lay it in and grabs his own rebound. 14 ticks left on the clock. Hastings taking their time. Hastings will retain possession with 6.3 ticks left on the clock.
Yeah, Hastings showing good patience again, but with 6 seconds left, you got to look to get the ball in George's hands as soon as possible.
Here's Skrelja for three, no good. Hastings throws up a prayer, and the first quarter ends 13-12 Tigers.
Yeah, but I like that. You know, George he had a good square look at the basket, took a nice shot, hit off the back of the rim, no good. But I think this is the way this game is going the way we thought it would go. me personally, with the exception of the middle of the first quarter, when Tuckahoe kind of lost their way trying to get Webb the ball. But as soon as they did that, as soon as they got him the ball, he passed for an assist. He had a couple foul shots. He nailed it. And that's what they need to do. Get the ball in Jamal Webb's hands. Let him create off the dribble. Let him be in the perimeter, take jump shots if he wants, drive to the basket, try and, use his big, strong body, try and get to the basket. Maybe create some foul trouble for Hastings. On Hastings' end, they need to do what they've been doing all year long. They haven't relied too much on the outside shooting that we've seen so much in the past. But I think if they can do that, stay patient from the outside, pick their shots when they're open, get good looks, hit some threes, create some space for two Screlger brothers and Flaherty inside, they can run away with this game.
Well, I think another key battle is going to be the Tuckahoe offense against the Hastings defense. Hastings defense is one of the best in this section. Tuckahoe's not used to facing a defense this strong. Hopefully they can continue to bear down. I mean, 12 points is well below the season average in a quarter for Tuckahoe. 13 points.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. They're averaging 18 points in the first quarter. They only got 13. That's a big difference on a percentage basis.
So Hastings starts off the quarter with the ball. 13-12, they trail. Segru, no good. Screlger with the rebound, got rejected. And Tuckahoe has it.
Yeah, but that's what Hastings needs to do. Take that open outside shot. They didn't hit it. They got great rebounding by Screlger. He's just got to convert that.
Screlger fouls Webb, who will head to the line again.
Yeah, and again, if the official is going to make that call, if I'm Jamal Webb, I keep doing it, kind of looked like that was a little offensive, and maybe he lowered his shoulder. The official didn't see it that way. I keep doing it if I'm Webb. Keep going to the basket. Use that big body of his, try and create some foul trouble.
Well, Hastings has to do a better job of not allowing him to get the ball down low. If they can continue to do that, he's going to have his way with them all day. Webb connects.
Josh Schneider checking the ball game for Joe Flaherty. So with 7:32 left in the first half, Schneider sees his first action.
Josh Schneider really impressed me in the Leak and Watts game. He came in, he was in the game for 30 seconds, and hit a big two-point jumper. So he's a guy that gives you a lot of depth from the bench. Hastings will have it.
Yeah, Schneider's a good player. He's able to come in and get himself into the flow of the offense very quickly, and that's important from a bench player. You really need that.
Tuckahoe's lead is now 2 with 7:20 left here in the second quarter. They tried to get it down low to George Screlger, but they couldn't do it.
I didn't find anything wrong with that possession for Hastings. It was a nice patience around the perimeter. It was a beautiful entry pass by Segru into Screlger. They just have to convert that.
Here's Miller. With a long three, won't go. But Tuckahoe with an easy rebound. Webb with it, lost it. But somehow they retain possession for three. Miller hits it.
Well, Charlie, I think that possession by Tuckahoe just exemplifies what they miss when Joe Flaherty's not on the basketball court. They had an easy rebound, offensive rebound. Tuckahoe, they never get that when Flaherty's in the game. Ball went on the floor. Normally, Flaherty comes up with it. This time, Tuckahoe came with it. Bang, they hit the three.
Tuckahoe's up by 5. George Screlger connects right over Webb.
Again, Screlger gets the ball in deep, he converts. They got to keep doing that.
So Webb looking to drive. Nice move, he gets fouled. That's George Screlger's 3rd foul already.
Well, right now, what we thought was going to happen with the Webb-Screlger matchup, so far Jamel's winning. He has no fouls on him. Screlger hasn't managed to get him in foul trouble at all. And Webb has 3 fouls on Screlger.
.609 remaining in the half. Hastings trailing 17-14.
George Screlger over talking to the official, trying to get a word on why he called that foul so he doesn't repeat it. And that's what a heady player George Skrelja is. He knows he's got 3 fouls. He knows he picked up 2 of this exact same foul calls on him. He wants to know what he's doing wrong so he can continue to play defense and just not foul Jamal Webb.
Webb connects.
That's his 5th point of the ball game. He's got 5 of the 18 points that Tuckahoe has. And Colin Powers checks in for Skrelja.
That's exactly what Tuckahoe wants. George Skrelja can't hurt him if he's sitting on the bench. So Webb hits them both, and it's 19-14. Once again, the lead is 5. Blake loses his footing, but Hastings has the ball. Segru working it around. There's Colin Powers. Nice pass. Blake launches a 3, no good.
Yeah, I thought Webb fouled Blake on that, but there was no call on that. And Tuckahoe comes down the other end quick.
Breakout. Here comes Blake. Nice layup. Blake gets his first points of the night as Hastings continues their press. For 3, no good. Nice rebound by Miller.
That was Jamal Webb. That was an outstanding job. Webb saw the open player to his right, didn't even come down with the ball, just touched past it to him. And again, you see where Hastings misses Flaherty on being on the court.
So Hastings trailing 21-16. 5 minutes to go in the half. That's a foul against Michael Gates on Tuckahoe.
I feel a lot of tension in the crowd, Charlie. You know, I think everybody, you know, Hastings is playing a little nervous right now. They're playing a little scared. They don't have 2 of their big guns on the floor, Flaherty and Skrelja. They have 2 reserves in. And, you know, earlier Danny Blake was dribbling the basketball. And if you're Hastings, you don't want Danny Blake handling the basketball. He's not one of their big ball handlers.
Here's Schneider. Hastings just looking for an open shot, and they really can't find it. They're having a lot of trouble. Segru will try the left side, pulls up. Shot won't go.
Yeah, a very good job of Tuckahoe the last 3 or 4 minutes of playing team defense. They're not allowing anything inside.
Webb with his own rebound, but Hastings takes it away.
The officials are absolutely let Jamal Webb have his way. Whatever Jamal Webb wants to do, he's getting away with.
Schneider couldn't control it. Here come the Tigers, projected by Chris Skrelja, but the Tigers will retain possession.
Yeah, if the officials are going to let Jamal Webb play like that the entire game, it's going to be a long night for Hastings. I thought he had 2 fouls right there, one driving to the basket, the other going over the back for the rebound. There was no foul call, though. They're calling those fouls on Skrelja. They're not calling them on Webb.
Here's Webb with it right now, looking to drive. Easy dish down low.
Excellent look by Jamal Webb, and that's what we talked about. He's on the perimeter trying to create either a shot for himself, a drive to the basket for himself, or scoring opportunities for his teammates. And you saw the player for Tuckahoe was wide open under the basket, and he did a nice job.
Bad turnover by Hastings, and they don't look like their typical selves right now. They're trailing 23-16 here in Tuckahoe.
Well, I think the small gym atmosphere of the Tuckahoe Tigers is creating problems for Hastings. Number 1, their star players on the bench with 3 fouls very early in this first half. Number 2, the heart and soul of their team, Joe Flaherty, is on the bench early in this game. And right now, they're playing a little discombobulated. They're not playing together as a team.
Absolutely, Keith. I mean, you said it. Tuckahoe has held the Skrelja brothers to 9 combined points, and that's been all George Skrelja.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, I mean, strap himself. He's got to get tough, try and get in there. He's had a couple of opportunities with some offensive rebounds, but he hasn't converted. And the other point is, Without George Skrelja on the floor, they have nobody that can guard Jamal Webb. Chris Skrelja is trying to do the job right now, but he's only a sophomore going against a seasoned veteran senior.
Did a nice job against the senior there.
But Coach Ward's going to get Flaherty checking back into the ball game, and he'll pick up Ward.
So 3:43 left here in the first half. 23-16, the Tigers out in front. Skrelja will start it up, being very patient. Segru trying to drive, throws it up, he got fouled.
Nice drive to the basket by Jimmy Segru, and you know, he's a veteran. He's a good leader out there. He's a 2-year starter, or he might even be a 3-year starter on the varsity level. He played basically all the minutes for him last year, and he's doing an excellent job understanding the fact that he needs to penetrate to the basket to try and pick up some fouls, get Webb in foul trouble, or get some of the other Tuckahoe players in foul trouble.
Well, Hastings needs points, and these are easy points. You can't just give them right back to Tuckahoe. You know, the crowd here is very loud. I mean, that could be affecting the game a bit. Could be affecting Hastings' play.
Yeah, absolutely. They're down in the ball game. They haven't trailed in too many ball games all year long. This is a very good Tuckahoe team. It's a small gym. The crowd is right on top of the court. And right now, I think they're a little discombobulated, a little nervous out there. They're kind of playing scared.
Well, Hastings used to having 16 points with 25 on. Hastings looks to inbound. Stolen away by Murray, but Segru rips it back.
It's a jump basketball. Tuckahoe has possession arrows, so they will retain possession of the basketball.
Webb will look to inbound. Miller for three, no good. And Powers has the rebound.
That's a nice hustle by Powers. The smallest guy in the court comes away with the rebound.
Segru with a nice move, no-look pass. They're trying to get that outside shot, but Tuckahoe is doing a nice job of covering it. Blake can't hit the three.
That one was halfway down for Danny Blake. But again, Hastings doing a nice job showing patience on offense, working the ball around the perimeter, creating an open look.
Flaherty with a foul.
That's, you know, again, that's a foul on Joe Flaherty, but that's just a matter of being out of position. You know, he was down low, the ball kind of kicked around, he came flying out, and he just wasn't able to get it, and he didn't have quick enough feet to try and avoid the contact. But that's not a bad job by Flaherty.
That's Nat Miller on the line. Little confusion. Miller's shot is good.
With 2:46 remaining in the first half, Tuckahoe is in the bonus. They will shoot 1-and-1 every foul now from here until the end of the half.
Segru starts it up. And he gets fouled.
Yeah, that's a good call by the official. Jimmy Segru's been asking for that all game long. Murray's been putting intense pressure on him all the way down the floor, basically fouling him every trip down, and they finally got the foul call they were looking for.
That's Murray's third foul on the evening, and he'll go to the bench.
Forward.
Jimmy finally nailed that one after missing 2 free throws earlier. And again, you know, Hastings trailing 25-17. They need to get back to basics. Swing the ball around the perimeter, get the open look from 3, or get it inside.
25-18, Tuckahoe leads. 2:35 to go here in the first half. Here's Jamal Webb. Loose ball, Hastings has it. And they're going to say Segru is fouled.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that was a nice job by Flaherty. Again by Flaherty, he does all the little things. You know, Chris Skrelja got picked off on the screen. He was guarding Webb. Webb came down low. Next thing you know, he sees big number 30 in his face. He's not going to drive to the basket on Joe. He tries to pass it off. Joe with the quick hands deflects it. Then, when Ronnie Strand was trying to fight for the loose ball, he ended up picking up the foul. Gets Segru right back on the line where he just nailed 2 free throws.
It's another one. So Segru has 8 points on the evening, and Hastings is only trailing by 6. So Segru hits both, and don't underestimate the power of the late half points. There's a big difference between going into the second half down 8 and down 2 or 3.
Oh, absolutely. And again, Hastings is doing a nice job right now. It looks like they've got their composure back. They've taken the crowd out of it a little bit. They're doing a nice job pressuring Tuckahoe defensively and showing some patience on offense.
Here's Flaherty with it. And now Colin Powers. Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Jackets working it around. Down low, Flaherty connects. And a great jump shot by Joe Flaherty.
Yeah, Jamal Webb tried to draw the foul there, but Joe, he was showing excellent verticality there. Went straight up, laid it off the glass, and it went in.
Segru with the steal, and Hastings has it. Great hustle as Colin Powers injured on the play.
Colin Powers a little dizzy on the play. I don't think he knows where he is right now.
I don't think he does. He took a hit.
He hit his head. He hit his head. Looks a little dizzy there, but he's a gamer. He's gonna stay in the ball game. Coach Ward asked him repeatedly if he's okay, but Colin's gonna stay in the ball game. And Hastings down by 3 with 1:33 remaining in the first half. They have a chance to tie this ball game up.
That's big, especially because they've came back without George Skrelja in the ball game. You know he'll be back in the second half. That's going to be a big difference. It's going to be a big lift for Hastings. Minute 20 on the clock. Hastings trails by 3. And Flaherty works it around. Danny Blake. Segru with a jumper, got it. Switch.
Jimmy Segru stepping up big time here in the first half for Hastings. Doing an excellent job dribbling the ball, creating fouls, and also scoring down low.